might be turning heads with a fast start no one really expected you to have. For other teams, you might be searching for some answers already at this point in the season. All of our guests today on Prep Huddle Live join us via the Truck Center Company's hotline. For great career opportunities, you can go to dieseltex.com. This week, we've got a social media giveaway. If you send us a Snapchat or a tweet of you watching Prep Huddle Live right now, which is live at noon on Wednesday, not after the fact, you get a free Striv t-shirt. Newly ordered. They literally are on the way. So hashtag Prep Huddle Live is what you're looking for if you are on the Twitterverse. We're very excited for our show today. Troy Huebert, the head coach of Central City, is going to join us here in just a minute as they get ready to host C2 number 2 Battle Creek in our Channel Seed Game of the Week. Berk Brown will be back with us with Nebraska Prep Volleyball. We always get his insights. And Tony Chapman has got some fun stuff lined up for the Striv 5 later on this week. But right now we begin in Central City, where the Bison are set to host Battle Creek on the brand new Preferred Popcorn Field. Looking forward to that. Coach Troy Huebert, thanks so much for joining us today.
Hey, thanks, Eric. Appreciate it.
For the last few years, your offense has had Mitch Carlson. He's had all sorts of records, school and state records for you guys. But you've got a new quarterback this year. Will Wagner has got himself up there on the quarterback yards passing chart so far. How has that transition been overall for the offense, going from Mitch to Will?
You know what, Eric? It's gone pretty well. Just our kids really understand our offense and our schemes and what we're trying to do. And going into this season, we really didn't know, I guess for sure at the time, who was going to be our quarterback. We have Will Wagner, and then a junior, Dale Jones, who's done a great job for us as well. And those two really competed all offseason, which really benefited both of them. So, yes, Will ended up winning the job, and he's done a great job leading our football team so far.
How important is a summer offseason? I know you guys do some 7-on-7 stuff to try to. How important is the summer workouts to try to make sure that you guys hit the ground running in that first week of August?
Yeah, it's very important. We try to do as much 7-on-7, and obviously we go to our team camp over in Hastings, and then have our own camp. Those are all really important as we prepare, and maybe even a little bit more this year. Like you said, having the new quarterback, and then a lot of new skill positions. It was important to start working on our timing and all of our routes, and it was beneficial for us.
Last week, you guys pick up a nice win over Logan View. The defense seemed to step up. The offense maybe had a little more continuity. How important is the jump from week 1 to week 2, and especially getting that first win of the season under your belts?
Yeah, I think it's important, and especially with a football team that has a lot of new guys. We started 15 new players on both sides of the football week 1, and so you knew there was going to be some mistakes and some things that we needed to get ironed out. And we really refocused after really struggling that first week and not being very happy with the way we performed against Centennial, and refocused and knew that we needed to have a better week of practice. And I think that our seniors really stepped up and got us going, and we did. We made great strides offensively and defensively and in special teams. So it was a good jump from week 1 to week 2. We just got to keep building.
Coach, this week you get to open up the new turf, Preferred Popcorn Field. Had a chance to see it a few different times over the summer. Your AD had a fantastic job of tweeting out some stuff over the summer. What is it? What has the impact of the new field been on your team already, without even playing a game on it yet?
It's been awesome. The community and everybody who's donated and to get that field going for us has been really incredible, and we're just fortunate enough to be able to play on it, and it's been great. We've had it pretty much the whole season, right during that second week of practice we started on it, and it's just so nice having a field that's painted already, with the lines on it as far as lining up and stuff, especially with what we like to do. So it's really great, and also just knowing that we're going to have a nice field to practice and play on all year, and not have to worry about some of the things that we worried about when we were on that practice field, as far as the rain, and when it rained there was a lot of puddles, and it just didn't do very good as far as that's concerned. And obviously, fields dry out and the grass dies as the season goes on. So it's just it's really nice to have a artificial surface to play on.
And beyond just football, what are some of the other impacts that the school has been able to use that field for so far?
Yeah, other classes, during the school day, PE, and just, our band gets to be on it and practice on it and work on it, and other people are using that field, and hopefully we in the future get some other surrounding smaller schools maybe to come out and play on it as well. So we just want it to get good use, and we're excited about it.
So now that brings us to our Channel Seed game of the week, and Battle Creek comes to town. They're ranked number 2 in Class C2. Obviously, this is a huge test early in the season. So what are going to be some of the keys for your team on Friday night?
Yes, Battle Creek is a really, really good football team, and it jumps out right away on film. You see how physical they are, and Battle Creek's a team that, everybody I think has heard about, just the tradition that they have as far as their program, and their football program is pretty outstanding. So, they're going to present a lot of challenges for us. They want to run the ball right downhill, right at us, and they've got 2 really good running backs, and their O&D lines are physical. And then, we don't know for sure what we're going to see defensively because, they haven't played a spread team like us yet this year, but we're preparing for some different things, and we're excited. This is a great opportunity, like you said, opening first game of the year at home, and being able to play opponent like Battle Creek. Our kids are excited, and we'll be ready for the challenge.
As it goes for coaching, what is it about Friday night that gets you so ready to get the guys ready for that game and that atmosphere, no matter where it's at?
Yeah, I think it's just the preparation throughout the week, and all the things that you're doing to do everything you can to get the kids in the right positions to have success out there. That's the fun part. I really enjoy that preparation and going out to practice and seeing our kids improve throughout the week, and on the different things that we're asking. And then, obviously on Friday, that's kind of when it all comes in to fruition there. And, it's exciting as a coach to be able to stand on the sidelines and watch your kids compete. So, there's nothing like Friday Night Lights.
There is nothing indeed. Coach, thanks so much. We look forward to the Channel Seed game of the week, Battle Creek in Central City on Friday night. We'll see you there.
All right. I appreciate it. Thanks, Eric.
Yep, we are going to take a very short commercial break, folks, and when we come back, we will have Berk Brown with Nebraska Prep Volleyball. We'll get his insights on their season so far. This is Prep Huddle Live on StrivSports.com.
Yeah, I get it. For the little things. Technology's great. It makes things easier. It's faster. We can get things done wherever we go. And we get all that from our bank. It works for us. But for the bigger things, the things that really count, I still want to talk to the people I know and trust. That's why I'm here.
Home-cooked favorites and online ordering so you can skip the line. That's what you'll find at Dickey's Barbecue in York. Log on to Dickeys.com, select the York address, sign in, or create a profile, and you'll be ordering delicious barbecue in just seconds. Choose from a variety of meats like brisket, pulled pork, chicken breast, or sausage. Add a home-style side like waffle iron fries, fried onion tanglers, barbecue beans, and even fried okra. You won't go away hungry. Try Dickey's Barbecue today and log on to Dickeys.com. Kids eat free on Sundays.
Hey, what's going on?
Just checking the fields. Yours are looking pretty good. Must be doing something right.
Actually, I got a guy.
You got a guy?
Well, it's not just any guy. I got a Channel Seedsman.
Channel, yeah?
Yeah, I've been working with him pretty close to get, well, you can see for yourself. This is what I'd recommend. Let's get to work. Now this is what you want to see.
Maybe I should get a guy.
Maybe you should get a Channel Seedsman.
Find your Channel Seedsman at channel.com.
Nova Fitness Equipment of Omaha has provided the very best weight room, track and field, and sports surfacing products for over 30 years in Nebraska. They provide Cybex, Matrix Fitness, Vertimax, Tough Stuff, Pro Elite, Stairmaster, York Barbell, Troy Barbell, and UCS track and performance products. From rubber flooring, strength equipment, cardio products, and sports performance accessories, Nova Fitness Equipment has what you need to make your athletic program successful. Contact Nova Fitness Equipment today at their home office in Omaha or online at novafitnessequipment.com.
Trucking industry gives you a lot of opportunity for careers because there's such a wide, vast list of possibilities and areas that you can go into. As technicians, these trucks are as advanced as cars are today, so we need technicians that can work on them and understand how to work the computer system and get them up and running so the customer can make money. These trucks are workhorses, but they're built for comfort and they're easy to drive. Freightliner builds these trucks for drivers' wants and customers' needs.
Welcome back to Prep Huddle Live here on StrivSports.com. Don't forget you can tweet us, hashtag Prep Huddle Live. Show us that you're watching us live right now. Snapchat us as well and show us that you're watching Prep Huddle Live. We might get you entered to win a free Striv t-shirt. So one guy who we probably need to get a Striv t-shirt to who doesn't need to enter, though, is Berk Brown. He's with NebraskaPrepVolleyball.com. Joins us on the Truck Center Company's hotline. Berk, it is another week. Another week.
99.
Yeah.
1,000.
Are you doing push-ups? Are you doing push-ups again?
I'm sorry. I don't know if you heard me or not, but I just did 1,000.
You got your upper dorsimus muscle? Is that what you're?
It's the only one I got, so I have to work it. Yes.
And Rich Mahogany and Leatherbound Books and best friend Baxter joining you in the office today. Is that right?
Have Baxter bark twice if he's in Milwaukee.
That's right. All right, now back to the serious stuff because we actually have a legitimate show that we're trying to put together here today. Berk, you get to go to a lot of different places and your periscopes from some fun matches over the last week or so. So talk to us about some of those matches you've seen over the last week and maybe some of the best performances.
Yeah, I started off Thursday night, kind of down south. We had a pretty good invite involving Johnson Brock and Diller Odell and Freeman, and Friend was there, and down at the Freeman invite, and that was some great volleyball. Of course, Johnson Brock and Diller Odell played last year for the D1 state championship, and Johnson Brock won that match. Kind of a little bit of a rivalry going on there now because they played 5 times last year with Johnson Brock winning 3. And Diller Odell wound up beating Johnson Brock this time around for the Freeman Championship. But great volleyball, and I think that's one of the things I tell a lot of people all the time is you don't really realize just how good and how high of a level some of these C2 D1 teams play at until you actually go and watch them. And those teams there, Freeman, Johnson Brock, Diller Odell, great players, great teams, great coaches, and so they're always fun to watch. And of course, Friday, Saturday, we were at the Bellevue Invitational. I had really the top teams in the state in Class A and B there. I think Omaha Scott really showed everybody that despite being Class B, they are hands down the top team in the state. And so winning that tournament, beating Omaha Marion, beating Papillion La Vista, and actually sweeping both of them, I think was a pretty strong statement, not only for Scott, but also for just the quality of volleyball in Class B, of course, including Grand Island Northwest and Gretna and those folks as well.
Doesn't it speak to the depth of B? I mean, I've only been with Striv for just a little over a year, but it seems to blow me away every time I think about it. Just the quality of teams from the biggest schools down to the very smallest schools. If you're in B, you can probably play your sport, whether it's football or volleyball or basketball, whatever it might be.
No, absolutely, and I think that Class B gets a little bit of a knock just because it's, the little brother or little sister, if you will, to Class A. But, the truth of the matter is that whether it's football, volleyball, basketball, if you're a state tournament caliber team in Class B, chances are you would be a state tournament caliber team in Class A, or at least close to it as well. So I think especially this year, volleyball-wise, I think between Scott and Grand Island Northwest and Gretna, you've got three teams that really should be considered among the top probably 5-6 teams in the state, regardless of class. They are that good.
I want to ask you a couple fun ones, maybe that you can sort of look into your crystal ball and see. Give us one or two coaching matchups that you are looking forward to at some point this regular season.
Well, that is a good one. Coaching matchups. I really think, I kind of like one that we'll have Thursday night where we have Sharon Zavala, who's one of the longest tenured, most successful coaches there is out at Grand Island Central Catholic. She'll be going up against Joe Held, who's, a young guy, but an incredibly talented coach at Columbus SCOTUS. And, both are just great coaches, but both come from, different schools, if you will, and so I think that's a great coaching matchup in itself. I think, if I look even this weekend now, another one that I think will be a great one is at the Kearney Invite. You'll have Grand Island Northwest with Diane Rosé taking on Gretna with Mike Brandon. And, Mike Brandon's been at Gretna for 15 years and has had a huge amount of successes and does a lot of great coaching during club season. And Diane is as good as they come as well. So I think just in the near future, those are two great coaching matchups that I would love to watch. And we're very blessed here in Nebraska. We've got incredible coaches that are continually striving to get better and always learn. And, there are so many great masterminds out there that kind of are, I guess, use an analogy, a lot of these coaches are playing chess while others are playing checkers out there. And those are the fun ones to watch.
That's a pretty good answer on the spot like that. We thought we'd stump you a little bit, but you recovered nicely. Congratulations.
You'd be amazed at how well or how good I've gotten at just kind of pulling things out of midair. It's 25 years of marriage will do that to you. You can come up with answers to anything on the fly.
I understand that. How about speaking elsewhere in that crystal ball, what about one tournament that you are most looking forward to in the next 2 weeks?
Next 2 weeks, I think, one that's always fun for me, which is I still don't really even understand how it works, is the Mudecas Conference tournament. There's a lot of teams that have kind of got dual citizenship in the Mudecas as well as other conferences. And so you get, again, it's smaller school, but in a lot of ways, I love some of these smaller schools just because the atmosphere and excitement is always at a high level. But, at that tournament, you'll have your Meridians, you'll have your Diller Odells, you'll have your Freemans, you'll have people that aren't necessarily playing each other during the course of the season because of conference ties, but come together for your Mudecas tournament. And it's always real competitive. It's drawn out over the course of a week. They play them down in Beatrice. And so that's always good volleyball. It's great atmosphere. They get down Southeast Community College is where they play down there. And that's always a lot of fun. And I'm looking forward to that. That's always a trip that I enjoy.
Well, it is. It's fun to watch on your Twitter at NEBHS Volleyball is where we can find you. And so what's some more stuff that you're planning on your Twitterverse?
Boy, I don't know. I would certainly love. I know you guys at Striv do a great job utilizing Anchor. I'm still trying to figure out exactly how to use Anchor to bring kind of short podcasts and maybe interview clips with people. That way, I think that's a great use of technology. And I think, eventually we'd love to get to a little bit more streaming things. I think that in certain circumstances, there's a lot of, demand for being able to pull up and watch and see what your opponents are doing and things like that. So, of course, you guys have pioneered that, but I think it's, I still get people telling me last year, I almost hate to bring it up because the NSA was not real happy with me. I was periscoping the end of a district match in Class A between Millard North and Millard West, and people still tell me that, the result of that match was going to determine whether or not Lincoln North Star got to state. And so, to have people still say that everybody was huddled around their phones and smart pads down at Lincoln North Star watching that with, great anticipation to see what would happen. I think that just speaks to the power of streaming and being able to bring people into games like that. So I think, the more that we can do, the more we can kind of develop that sense of community and togetherness by bringing people all together to watch those matches is certainly something we'll try and keep moving towards.
Somewhere in there's a story about sharing a story online that I think you alluded to quite well. So, Berk, we will check in, obviously, throughout the rest of the year. But we always enjoy our little fireside chats, even without the fireside. And, Baxter, you can go put him in his PJs now.
Yes. I think I've got an entire cheese wheel to go eat now. So take care. It's always good to talk with you.
All right. Berk Brown, NebraskaPrepVolleyball.com. Folks, we want to remind you that you can follow us on all of our social media channels. Don't forget the obvious is Facebook and, of course, Twitter. But you can also find us on Snapchat. Yes, Snapchat is where we want to go next, if Austin will put that up there. No, well, okay, that's a good one too. Snapchat, we also are featuring the Game of the Week filter. There we go. Our Snapchat logo, you can find us. If you don't already follow us, I would highly recommend it. You can get previews of Prep Huddle Live. You can get setup stuff for Game of the Weeks on Friday night. You can get wherever Taylor might be traveling today or tomorrow or next week. We do some fun stuff on Snapchat. And, yes, we will have this Friday and hopefully for the rest of our Fridays, the Channel Seed Game of the Week filter. So what you're seeing right now is, here, I'll scrunch down a little bit, is actually going to be the filter that will be available at the game, Central City hosting Battle Creek this Friday night. I think from like 6 p.m. to 11 p.m. So when you're at the game, you can Snapchat yourself, do your selfies, whatever you might look like, then swipe to the right and find yourself in the custom filter for the Channel Seed Game of the Week. That's we have a lot of fun with that. Austin has done a fantastic job upping our value of those, and so we stole some ideas from the NFL and we kind of merged them with some other stuff. And the product, I think, as you can see, is pretty cool. So that's the custom filter that you can find on Snapchat coming up on Friday night. Then, of course, one of the big pushes that we're making for as well is the Dish. You can subscribe to the Dish through strivsports.com/subscribe. It's right there at the very top. We send you an email with that day's scheduling of events for streams on Striv TV from all of the different schools. If they've got volleyball, softball, concerts, football games, whatever it might be, you get that schedule for the day. And also the Striv Sports content that we're producing as well comes in through the Dish. So it is very much worth your time. We've had an influx of new subscribers, and we'd love for you to join us as well. Subscribe to the Dish on strivsports.com. When we come back after this commercial break, we will have Tony Chapman on the Truck Center Company's hotline.
Yeah, I get it. For the little things. Technology's great. It makes things easier. It's faster. We can get things done wherever we go. And we get all that from our bank. It works for us. But for the bigger things, the things that really count, I still want to talk to the people I know and trust. That's why I'm here.
Home-cooked favorites and online ordering so you can skip the line. That's what you'll find at Dickey's Barbecue in York. Log on to dickeys.com, select the York address, sign in, or create a profile, and you'll be ordering delicious barbecue in just seconds. Choose from a variety of meats like brisket, pulled pork, chicken breast, or sausage. Add a home-style side like waffle iron fries, fried onion tanglers, barbecue beans, and even fried okra. You won't go away hungry. Try Dickey's Barbecue today and log on to dickeys.com. Kids eat free on Sundays.
Hey, what's going on?
Just checking the fields. Yours are looking pretty good. Must be doing something right.
Actually, I got a guy.
You got a guy.
Well, it's not just any guy. I got a channel seedsman.
Channel, yeah?
Yeah, I've been working with him pretty close to get, well, you can see for yourself. This is what I'd recommend. Let's get to work. Now this is what you want to see.
Maybe I should get a guy.
Maybe you should get a channel seedsman.
Find your channel seedsman at channel.com.
Nova Fitness Equipment of Omaha has provided the very best weight room, track and field, and sports surfacing products for over 30 years in Nebraska. They provide Cybex, Matrix Fitness, Vertimax, Tough Stuff, Pro Elite, Stairmaster, York Barbell, Troy Barbell, and UCS track and performance products. From rubber flooring, strength equipment, cardio products, and sports performance accessories, Nova Fitness Equipment has what you need to make your athletic program successful. Contact Nova Fitness Equipment today at their home office in Omaha or online at novafitnessequipment.com.
Trucking industry gives you a lot of opportunity for careers because there's such a wide, vast list of possibilities and areas that you can go into. As technicians, these trucks are as advanced as cars are today, so we need technicians that can work on them and understand how to work a computer system and get them up and running so the customer can make money. These trucks are workhorses, but they're built for comfort and they're easy to drive. Freightliner builds these trucks for drivers' wants and customers' needs.
Welcome back to Prep Huddle Live here on StrivSports.com. We've got Tony Chapman now on the Truck Center Company's hotline. And Tony, last week we had another round of some big performances, so we got to know who was our Striv stars from this past week.
Well, I've mixed in a little non-football as well, Eric, so we've got to make sure that we're doing that. I'm going to start with non-football, and the first place I'm going to go is Crete. This Crete softball team, their standout pitcher, Camry Moore, they're 9-3. They've won 6 in a row. They just beat Waverly last night in a game of ranked teams. They also beat Waverly in their own invite over the weekend to win their own invitational. So Crete softball doing some good things. They got a big win against Lincoln Pius last week, who was ranked as well. And so the Cards are looking good. They have a triangular, I believe, tomorrow night with Aurora and Schuyler, and then a big one Monday. They'll travel to Elkhorn to face Elkhorn South. That'll be a nice litmus test for the Cardinals, who again have won 6 straight to advance their record to 9-3. In Beatrice over the weekend, the always difficult Beatrice Invitational on the volleyball side, Grand Island Northwest wins it again. They go 6-0. They beat 4 ranked teams in Class B en route to that title. They beat Norfolk. They beat Waverly, Bennington. They beat Omaha Gross twice, once in the semifinals. And then they got a 2-1 win over Elkhorn in the finals. And they did it all without Kelsey Plocky. I apologize, was on the phone with another volleyball coach while you were talking to Berk, so I don't know if you guys talked about this or not.
Not really, but, no, go for it.
Okay, but Taryn Mayfield kind of was the go-to for them. Taryn had 55 kills and 16 blocks in the Invitational, so good start to the year for Northwest. They've got a big one tomorrow night. They'll host Class A North Platte. That game will be at home. It'll be on the Northwest Striv channel. We'll go to football. I kind of am a small town guy this week, Eric, so I apologize. But we're going to start up in Albion again. Not Dylan Gentryk this week, but Levi Kruger, the running back for Boone Central Newfoundland Grove. They beat Wayne 41-37. Levi carried 15 times for 134 yards. He had 2 touchdowns. He also added 12 tackles. He's been a standout on defense so far, 23 tackles on the season for Levi. The Cardinals are ranked in Class C1 and 2-0. Then let's hit the 8-man ranks. First, let's go down to Johnson Brock. Trey Stutheit, their quarterback, in a 50-18 win over Nebraska Lutheran. He was 15 for 19 for 283 yards and 4 touchdowns. He ran for 45 yards and scored 2 more times. He had 10 tackles. And for the year, he has thrown 7 touchdowns and has not thrown an interception yet for the Eagles. Over in Osceola, they had the tough one with Bruning Davenport Shickley on week 1, a 72-44 loss, but they bounced back with a win over Meade, 58-3. They will face Nebraska Lutheran be on Striv, their home channel, for the first time this week. Peyton Watts had 15 carries for 207 yards. Brennan Bryant had 10 carries for 102 yards. And Caden Tice had 16 carries for 101 yards. Coach Nielsen puts 3 backs over 100 yards. Not a bad way to get your first win of the season for the Bulldogs. They were fun to watch last week, and a couple big ones here before the month's over for Osceola as well. Let's skip one more 8-man game. We'll go to Palmer. The Tigers are 2-0, and they've got a big one this week. They travel a number 1 Burwell, who lost in the state finals to BDS last week, but their big senior Hunter Reimers had 22 carries for 181 yards. He scored 2 touchdowns in a 44-22 win over Kennesaw. He also had 22 tackles, Eric, in that football game for Coach Klaus. We had a lot of fun with Coach Klaus at the 8-man All-Star game this year. He was the head coach. Then let's take one last peek, and we'll go down to the 6-man ranks to St. Edward. The Beavers have a big game tomorrow night, actually, here in Grand Island. They'll play Heartland Lutheran, who's dropped down to 6-man for the first time. But they got a 59-30 win over Harvard in their opener. Braden Olson, are you ready? 24 carries, 358 yards, 6 touchdowns. He had 10 tackles on defense. And then Keenan Rasmussen, who was also an All-Stater last year. Both Braden and Keenan were All-Staters. Keenan had 9 carries for 180 yards. You do the math. That's 20 yards per carry. A lot of stars this week. Should be another fun one as we get going. We're knee-deep into it now. There's something going on about every night except Wednesday.
20 yards a carry. That's a quarter of the field every time you snap it to the guy. That's why he's a star, I guess. In the Strive 5, we usually like to pick 5 football games on a Friday night that you don't want to miss on their respective Strive channels, plus the game of the week. And, Tony, it is very difficult to find just 5 to whittle it down. We should say it's the Strive 22 and just go watch them all.
Yeah, we should. I tried to pick out a few, so we'll run through them as quick as I can, Eric. First, I'm going to stay close to home. Columbus travels to Grand Island Northwest. The Vikings, number 10 in Class B. They're just ranked. And, of course, we've watched for the last few years Preston Ellsworth and the Viking offense get it done with high tempo. They're getting it done with defense so far this year. They shut out Gehring, and then they beat Alliance 17-7 in a defensive battle. Columbus drops down from Class A, so this will be a nice test for Coach Stein's crew. That one will be on the Northwest Drive channel, and I believe it's homecoming for the Vikings. If you want to look at the top end of Class B, Omaha Skutt comes off a loss to Elkhorn South, but they're still ranked number 2. They will travel to Crete. Of course, the Air Force recruit, Rhett Harms, we talked about him a few times. They're coming off of a loss to third-ranked Gretna, so Crete gets the Skutt-Gretna double here, but it'll be in Crete. It'll be interesting to see how the Cardinals respond. I think that could be a good one down at Simon Field on Doan's campus there. Also, another team who drew a short straw in the scheduling. How about Syracuse? They started the year with Boys Town, lost a close game to the 5th-ranked Cowboys there. Another close one last week to Fairbury, and now they get number 1 Wahoo Newman. They'll host Wahoo Newman. If you want to watch Noah Vedral, the Central Florida commit, you can do it on the Syracuse Striv channel. Number 1 Wahoo Newman plays Syracuse, and Wahoo, I noticed today, or a couple days ago, I guess, Wahoo and Wahoo Newman are 1-2 in C1. Stu Pospisil believes the first time that has happened. Then I want to take folks over to Fall City. I think a good one between two Striv schools will be 2-0 Fairbury, likely with a win. I think would be ranked after the win over Syracuse last week. Fall City is 1-1. They had a tough loss, a tough game with Ashland Greenwood on Saturday. It's a 48-34 loss, but the two running backs who I think would just be fantastic in this one, Zane Heckenlively for the Tigers, Jacob Johnson for the Jeffs. So those are my 4, and then I got 2 other quick ones, Eric, for you. Battle of 2-0 teams in Albion. I think Boone Central, Newman Grove, and O'Neill, both of those teams were playoff teams last week. There's not much distance between them. That should be a fun one. The Eagles are 2-0 as well. Remember, they, I believe, lost. No, they didn't lose to Central City in the playoffs last year. I think I think Central City beat Broken Bow. So I apologize for that one. But
no, you're right. Central City beat. Am I right? They beat Boone. Yeah. First round.
Okay.
Yep.
Gotcha. Okay. Sounds good. And then one story that I'm really following here, Eric, is the St. Paul Wildcats. The Wildcats have dropped down to C2. They are 2-0. This senior class at St. Paul has won 3 games total in their high school career. So last week they got the win over Cross County. I think that was 22-14. But they've done it with defense. They've only given up 2 scores in each game. And then it's a junior quarterback, Tanner Robleski. He has 272 yards passing, 188 rushing through 2 games. And then on defense, Cole Fosek, the senior, has got 12 tackles in both of their first 2 games. So they play undefeated St. Paul. The Wildcats could match their win total from the last 3 seasons on Friday night as they play Valentine. We'll be pulling for St. Paul in that one.
Absolutely. We pull for our Striv schools whenever possible. And that leaves us with our Channel Seed game of the week. It is C2 number 2 Battle Creek at Central City. Preferred popcorn field. That's your picture, actually, that we had up there for Coach Huebert earlier. But he talked about the game and what it would mean. Obviously, it's a big litmus test early in the season for Central City. What do you see as the keys for both squads?
Well, I think, if you're Battle Creek, they've kind of hung their hat on running the ball, Northeast Nebraska football. You know what I mean? They just kind of are going to run it at you, try to control the clock, and probably play a little bit of keep away from Central City. I think if you're Central City and you're Coach Huebert, you've played, obviously, Centennial is a team that's proven themselves here now again in week 2. So I think that week 1 loss you've really put behind you. And then, they got out to a great start against Logan View and probably got a little bit of momentum there. And I got to think the crowd and the whole atmosphere surrounding the new field is going to help them a little bit. I think the key in this one for Central City is, can they get ahead early? Can they play with a lead? And then you never know what could happen. But I think obviously it'll be a great atmosphere, and I think this could be a really good football game. Central City ranked in the preseason, as well as Battle Creek, and Battle Creek coming off a big win against Oakland Craig, who they beat in the regular season last year, but then Oakland Craig turned the tables on them in the playoffs. And so this will be a good one. C2 has had a lot of great games early, man. If you look at the Wilbur Claytonia Hastings St. Cecilia game last week, St. Cecilia has to bounce back now and play Sutton again this week. So C2 really almost sorting itself out here early, and it's fun to kind of play along with them and be at some of these games.
It seems like we might see quite a few rematches in C2 by the time we get to the playoffs, doesn't it? I know that happens a fair number of times anyway in Class A because you have fewer schools anyway. But C2 seems like we could see quite a few rematches come later in November.
Yeah, I mean, you just never know, and the other thing you get to when some of the teams play a lot and they play each other during the season. St. Cecilia is going to play Doniphan Trumbull again. So, you might get a situation in C2 where a 5-4, a 6-3 team maybe sneaks into that 16-team field, and based on a favorable draw of somebody who went 8-1 or 7-2, they might be able to pull off a win in the playoffs. So, I think C2 has a chance to be a very, very interesting field this year. You even look at UTAN. I know they're 0-2, but they lost to Oakland Craig and to Centennial. And so, in 2 very close games. And so they're a team who, even if they get their confidence, they're a team that could turn the table and maybe even do, pull an upset or 2 in the playoffs. C2 is going to be very interesting all the way to the end.
It should be fun to watch them all the way through, and Striv.tv will be hopping come Friday night. Tony, thanks a lot, and we'll check in with the game of the week on Friday.
All right. Sounds good, Eric.
All right. Speaking of Friday, we also have, before that, we will get to one of Tony's other features on StrivSports.com. We'll be on the sideline, and that will be a fun one. That'll be posted on Thursday. So looking forward to that, and we'll see where we head to on the sideline. Don't forget that also coming up this week, we'll have the Friday Night Spotlight podcast. That'll be available Friday morning. We'll get you caught up on the games from Thursday night, do a coach interview as they get ready for another game, and then the rundown of every game in the state. Let you know who is playing whom and where it is at. So looking forward to that. Lots of good stuff on StrivSports.com. And as always, we need to say thank you to Cornerstone Bank, Truck Center Companies, Dickey's Barbecue, Channel Seed, and Nova Fitness Equipment for sponsoring our show, Prep Huddle Live, here on a Wednesday. Our time is up. We will be back. We will be back next week with more guests. Hopefully, some students will be able to join us on the show. Looking forward to that. Another game of the week. And also, you want to make sure that you follow us very closely on our social media, because I think we are going to be in tune for some contests on the social media, and not just of the T-shirt giveaway variety. No, we need to know where our Channel Seed game of the week is going to come from. So be looking for some details on that. You can help decide where our Channel Seed game of the week will be coming up. We want to say thanks again to Austin Penfield, who does a fantastic job producing us here today, sets up the lighting. We look better, don't we? We like that. And hopefully we sound a little bit better, too. All of our guests, of course, joining us on the Truck Center Company's hotline. Check out StrivSports.com for more. We'll see you next week on Prep Huddle Live.
Yeah, I get it. For the little things. Technology's great. It makes things easier. It's faster. We can get things done wherever we go. And we get all that from our bank. It works for us. But for the bigger things, the things that really count, I still want to talk to the people I know and trust. That's why I'm here.
Home-cooked favorites and online ordering so you can skip the line. That's what you'll find at Dickey's Barbecue in York. Log on to Dickeys.com, select the York address, sign in, or create a profile, and you'll be ordering delicious barbecue in just seconds. Choose from a variety of meats like brisket, pulled pork, chicken breast, or sausage. Add a home-style side like waffle iron fries, fried onion tanglers, barbecue beans, and even fried okra. You won't go away hungry. Try Dickey's Barbecue today and log on to Dickeys.com. Kids eat free on Sundays.
Hey, what's going on?
Just checking the fields. Yours are looking pretty good. Must be doing something right.
Actually, I got a guy.
You got a guy?
Well, it's not just any guy. I got a Channel Seedsman.
Channel, yeah?
Yeah, I've been working with him pretty close to get, well, you can see for yourself. This is what I'd recommend. Let's get to work. Now this is what you want to see.
Maybe I should get a guy.
Maybe you should get a Channel Seedsman.
Find your Channel Seedsman at channel.com.
Nova Fitness Equipment of Omaha has provided the very best weight room, track and field, and sports surfacing products for over 30 years in Nebraska. They provide Cybex, Matrix Fitness, Vertimax, Tough Stuff, Pro Elite, Stairmaster, York Barbell, Troy Barbell, and UCS track and performance products. From rubber flooring, strength equipment, cardio products, and sports performance accessories, Nova Fitness Equipment has what you need to make your athletic program successful. Contact Nova Fitness Equipment today at their home office in Omaha or online at novafitnessequipment.com.
The trucking industry gives you a lot of opportunity for careers because there's such a wide, vast list of possibilities and areas that you can go into. As technicians, these trucks are as advanced as cars are today. So we need technicians that can work on them and understand how to work the computer system and get them up and running so the customer can make money. These trucks are workhorses, but they're built for comfort and they're easy to drive. Freightliner builds these trucks for drivers' wants and customers' needs.